Hello, my name is Andres Marcelo Brulmey, and today I'll be talking about the circadian rhythm of honeybees, Apis mellifera. So, a little bit of background: the circadian rhythm is when bees rest and are active throughout the day. Um, I'll be going over a little bit more the stages of sleep. Bees have three stages of sleep. In the figure down below, we can see figure A is an active and awake bee. Figure B, we can see a bee going into the first stage of sleep. C is the second stage of sleep, and D is the third stage of sleep. These stages of sleep are classified by antenna movement and thorax relaxation. As we can see, uh, there is a difference between each one of them, mainly on the antenna positioning. And on D, we can see how the thorax is just relaxed. All of the bees tend to wake up and restart the process a couple times throughout their periods of rest. So they'll wake up and restart the process. Uh, Bees start sleeping more as they become old. Uh, what I mean by this is they sleep more continuous times and go into deeper stages of sleep as they become older. And we'll later on see why. So, how does sleep affect the performance of foragers? So, as we know, the waggle dance is very important for Apis mellifera as it guides other foragers to resources. Now, in a study using an ensometer, it was used to affect the circadian rhythm of the bees, altering it. And what they found out with this is that their waggle dances had a greater variance in the angle that the resources were located. So they would miss by by a bigger margin, uh, trying to explain where the resources were. The distance was not really affected by the sleep deprivation. So this does drop the efficiency for all foragers as they are misguided to the resources, and this takes more energy and resources from the hive. So naps. This is an interesting topic on foragers. So forager bees that are not needed for resource collection will take naps throughout the period of collection. So there are if there are no resources to be collective, or they have run out of resources to collect, forager bees will take uh, naps throughout the day. This is to save energy and resources for the hive, and they also tend to nap more to compensate for the change in the circadian rhythm. So if their circadian rhythm is altered, they will take more naps throughout the day. Bees also tend to learn better in the morning. As I said, circadian rhythm is also the times bees are active and resting. So bees tend to learn better during the morning. So if their circadian rhythm allows them to be up in the morning, that is beneficial for them and the colony. So does age affect the amount of sleep? This is an interesting topic. There's an experiment that was made with callows and foraging bees. On figure B, we can see the callow sleep pattern, and in A, we can see the pattern for forager bees. As we can see, figure A, we can see the first stage, second stage, and third stage of sleep, same as in figure B. But we can see how forager bees tend to go more into the third stage of sleep and stay in that stage for longer, being more efficient with their times and not waking up and going back to sleep as callows do. So callows, since they don't leave the hive too much, they can sleep and be uh, restarting that cycle several times. And as foragers, they need to be up collecting resources. That's why you can see how from 7 in the morning to 7:30 they're awake and they're moving around. Also, forager bees tend to sleep outside of the cells, and callows sleep inside the cells. This is used to compare how the circadian rhythm changes from forager bees to callow bees to callows, and how foragers have to be more efficient with their circadian rhythms. So in summary, bees compensate in different ways for changes on their circadian rhythm. As we saw, they can take naps, they go into deeper stages of sleep. Efficiency does drop when foragers uh, get their circadian rhythm altered. Age does not influence, and age does influence in the circadian rhythm for bees, as we saw on the last slide. And in conclusion, affecting the circadian rhythm does affect the efficiency for forager bees. This is mainly on the waggle dance and the necessity of taking more naps throughout the day as they are, if their rhythm is altered. There's a difference on the circadian rhythm as bees age. As we saw, callows have more of a, have more restarts throughout the day, and they sleep more small periods of time. And as they become foragers, or they become older, they change roles. They tend to have more. They tend to be more of the forager circadian rhythm. There is more research to be done on the stages of sleep and how to classify them. As I said, this were classifications done by scientists on the stages of sleep, but sleep is also a very important internal part for organisms. So we still don't know what's going inside the bee and how they are resting. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoy this presentation.